Hey guys, so today's video is going to be kind of like a health related video. I'm going to be talking about my experience being diagnosed with Graves' disease, hyperthyroidism, which is an overactive thyroid, the treatment I had, which was the radioactive iodine treatment, just kind of tell you all about my experience, what I'm doing now. And I really wanted to make this video not only to let like my current subscribers know more about me, but for other reasons as well, because I think that for sure there are people watching this video that probably have either an overactive or an underactive thyroid and they don't even know it because the symptoms are so general. So I want to make that to hopefully help people out if they are feeling not their best, and maybe someone could find out they have a thyroid issue. But also for people who are searching, maybe they were just diagnosed with Graves' disease and they don't really know like what to expect. So hopefully this video will not only let you guys know more about me, but like help people who don't even like know who I am and they're just kind of going through it, and they can kind of hear someone else's experience. This is totally unrelated to the topic of today's video, but the links to my sweater and my earrings and jewelry and all of my makeup, I always list below in the description box. If you're curious about where anything comes from, I will write it there and try to find links for you guys. I hope this isn't all over the place. I just kind of want to tell you my story, what I went through, how I kind of knew something was wrong with me, and all of that stuff. So this was in 2009, so 9 years ago. I knew something was wrong because it's actually makeup related, which is funny since I have like a beauty channel. But I remember every morning I would wake up, do my makeup, and it was when I was putting on my eyeliner, I knew something was wrong because my hand was super shaky. And I'm like, why is my hand shaking? It was like a tremor. I just didn't feel right. But that was really like my only symptom at the time. That was my first symptom, I should say, that I knew something was wrong with my body. My hands were just shaky. I couldn't like draw my eyeliner straight, which was very weird for me. The next thing that I noticed was heart palpitations. So my heart was beating like so fast. I remember the doctor said he hadn't seen someone with a resting heart rate that fast in like his career. I remember I'd be sitting on the couch just feeling totally normal, then in a split second it was like I had just ran a marathon. So it felt like I was having a heart attack, even though I don't know what that feels like, but just because my heart would just start beating so quickly and hard out of nowhere. When I would try to sleep, I could like constantly feel my heart beating, which normally when you're just laying there or sitting there or even watching this video, you don't like feel every beat of your heart or anything, but it was beating so hard that that's all I could feel when I was trying to fall asleep, and I couldn't fall asleep because it's just, you feel so weird. I remember like holding a pillow really tightly to try and like make it feel better. I went to the doctor and was diagnosed with Graves' disease, which my mom actually was diagnosed with, but she was in her 40s, I was in my early 20s. So pretty big age difference, but it was definitely genetics, I guess, for me. Graves' disease is an autoimmune disorder, and it basically causes hyperthyroidism, which is what I had. So hyperthyroidism is an overproduction of your thyroid, and hypo is not producing enough. Basically, having an overactive or an underactive thyroid can have such a range of symptoms that really affect your body, because your thyroid is kind of like the furnace to your whole body. I mean, it controls your tolerance to heat and cold, which I am very, even now to this day, I get cold very easily. I also get hot very easily. But other symptoms can include having like thinning hair, increased appetite or decreased appetite, not being able to lose weight, or losing weight very easily or like without trying, irritability, mood swings, nervousness, panic attacks, difficult falling asleep or insomnia, irregular periods. You could have a very short period or very long periods, muscle weakness, warm skin, excess sweating, hunger, heat intolerance, like those, pretty much everything I said. But when you think about all those symptoms, they're very like, you could think it was just something else, and you don't realize it could be your thyroid and that you need to either have more or less of your thyroid hormone. Like it's just something that if you have any of those symptoms and you've been feeling off for a while, just go get a blood test. They check your levels, your thyroid levels, and they'll know right away if you are overactive, normal, or underactive. So definitely recommend doing some research and going to your doctor if you don't feel good. So anyway, once I found out that I had an overactive thyroid and Graves' disease, I had to basically shrink my thyroid and like kill it. There was a couple treatment options. My doctor said removing your thyroid is something that's very outdated nowadays for overactive thyroid, and he recommended the radioactive iodine treatment, which I immediately went with that because that's what my mom had done. So I figured she did it. She had been, I don't know, like at the time I just thought that's what she did and that's what I'm going to do. If I could go back, I don't know, I might have wanted to like try a more natural method for a little bit longer, but I was also told like that will only last so long. You'll eventually need to do like a more serious treatment. So the radioactive iodine treatment was very easy. It sounds much scarier than what it really is. I remember going into a room that had like big stickers, radioactive, with like all the signs, and it was a tiny little jar of radioactive iodine, which was a clear liquid, and it was barely a drop. I remember it was like a tiny little jar with a straw in it, and they had me suck it out of the straw, and they said make sure you get every last drop, but there was literally a drop. Like there was hardly anything in there at all. So I did that, and basically for the next 2 to 3 days you have to stay completely isolated from everyone. So I remember I was just laying in my room because basically your body is radioactive and that's not good for other people to be around. And like when you'd go pee, you'd have to flush the toilet like 3 times because your pee is radioactive. Essentially what happens is your thyroid like absorbs that. I'm not a doctor, and even though I went through all of this, I still don't know like exactly what it does, but basically it absorbs the radioactive iodine and it shrinks it and essentially like kills it, basically stops it from overproducing so much thyroid. So it turned my hyperthyroidism into hypothyroidism, which means I'm not producing enough. So basically I have to take a synthetic thyroid pill every single day for the rest of my life, and I've been taking it every single day for the last 9 years. And I take Synthroid. I don't take the generic brand, which I forget what that one's called. It's a super tiny pill and there's really no side effects. The real like hard part about being diagnosed with this and taking Synthroid is making sure you're on the right dosage of Synthroid. So for the first while, like 5 years I think I was taking 150 micrograms, which everyone's different. You have to go to the doctor pretty frequently and get your blood taken so they can make sure you're on the exact right levels, because as your thyroid's shrinking from the radioactive iodine, you're gonna need your levels adjusted on your medication. But for the most part, I've been on the same like dosage for big chunks of years. But when I went from 150 micrograms for like the first 5 years, I dropped to like 100, which was a huge drop. My hair was falling out like crazy. I mean, I couldn't even put it in a ponytail. My hair was just falling out. I didn't feel right. Now I'm at 125 and I've been on that for like 2 years and I feel fine. I don't have any really other symptoms, like I don't have brittle nails or thinning hair or anything associated with like having an underactive thyroid anymore, because I'm on the right dosage, because I do get my blood checked quite often. So I had a lot of questions on my Q&A video that I posted related to thyroid disorders. Some of you guys saying that you were just diagnosed and like your hair is so thin, what should you do? Make sure you're on top of your blood work and your medication. I mean, that's my recommendation. I feel fine now, and I hope this video can help you guys. If you have any of these like very generalized symptoms, go get a simple blood test and have your doctor check your thyroid levels, and hopefully this can help some people out there that don't even realize that they have issues with their thyroid. And if you were diagnosed with Graves' disease, it's very treatable. It's not something to be super scared about. It's confusing, like why do you have it? What causes it? There's no known like something exactly that causes it, which is kind of frustrating. But just know that you're gonna be okay. So I hope that you guys found this video informative. I will have more like fitness, what I eat in a day videos, health related videos, more so like pertain to like weight loss in the future. But if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer them for you guys. But thank you for watching and subscribing, and I will see you guys on Thursday.